Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this is a reading for the full moon in Capricorn. Before I start, I would just like to say please like and subscribe to the video if this is something that resonates with you and if you'd like to see more of these videos in the future. Right, how shall we start? We have the Page of Swords as the first card, the Seven of Swords as the second card, and the Six of Wands in reverse as the third card. At the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So full moons are always traditionally a time about things coming to light, about illumination, about culmination, about usually greater understanding of something that may have been in the dark or something that we may not have fully understood before, right? So full moons can be very powerful energy, for the better or for the worse, right? Because sometimes things come into light is not always a positive thing. Occasionally it can also be a challenging thing. And I do feel like this reading is picking up on some challenging energy. It's picking up on the energy of something that may have been actually hidden from you. I get the feeling that you may have been trying to find something out. You may have been searching, researching, trying to understand something about a person or about a situation or about an organisation. There's an energy here where you have actively been trying to find something out, and whatever it was that you were trying to find out has been hidden from you for the last little while. I would say for about the last month to 7 weeks. There has been something that you have actively felt was a bit awry or felt was a little bit off, and you couldn't quite put your finger on it, and so you were actively trying to find out, right? So this is probably related to another person. Could be a romantic partner, family member, friend, work colleague, anything like that, right? Anybody like that. There's something that you were trying to suss out, and I would say it was actively being kept from you. And I do feel like with this full moon, you are going to gain some clarity around this issue, but it's going to be annoying. I don't want to say it's going to be devastating. I want to say that it's going to be annoying, and I want to say that actually the little niggle that you have about whatever this issue is correct. So you've been doing your research, you've been trying to work out exactly what is off with this situation or person. In your intuition, you have got a little bit of a niggle or a little bit of a hint as to what it is. And I do think over these next few days to few weeks, you will actually come to understand that the little niggle you had was correct, and that what you were thinking of is actually what the issue is, right? I hope that makes sense. And that's then going to lead you to feel a little bit let down, a little bit disappointed. But this doesn't mean that you can't pick yourself up again and go forward. Uncertainty is always the worst part of anything, right? Any difficult situation is always somehow made a little bit easier once we know what we're dealing with. And I do think this full moon is going to bring to your awareness an understanding and concrete knowledge of what it is that you're dealing with, right? So I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Journey of Love deck by Alana Fairchild to shine some more light on this. One card for the full moon in Capricorn. I think we're going to have this one. Interesting. The card that has come out is called the Cloak, and it's number 50. So this card always reminds me of Christ consciousness, right? It refers to the cloak of Christ. It refers to protection, right? So whatever this is that comes out, you may feel like you need to go within and shield yourself a little bit from it. Yeah, it's something that you might feel takes a toll on you a little bit, makes a dent in your armor, so to speak, and you may feel like you need a little bit of strength in order to cope with this. Yeah, I do think that strength will be found though. I do think you'll be able to dig deep, you'll be able to get over this little bump, and you'll be able to move forward. So to finish off this reading, I'm going to read from the guidebook and see if we can get a little bit more guidance on what the cloak is trying to tell us. So it's number 50. Here we go. Around you there is a cloak of your own creation. Perhaps it has served you for a time as an invisible form of protection, as a way to claim needed solitude, as a way to retreat inside to find out what you truly feel, what you truly need, to find yourself after being lost in an ocean of thought and emotion, not always your own. Yet the time is fast approaching when you will no longer require that cloak. You have attained an integration within, a knowledge of self that makes it possible for you to connect with the world, with others, in a way that does not leave you lost and struggling to find yourself. You have learned how to hold yourself. You have learned how to do this well enough that you can successfully hold yourself and hold another too. You don't have to push the world away. You can invite it in and play. The message that this oracle brings to you is that you can safely release the forms of security that you once held. You do not have to abandon your boundaries with others. Rather, your boundaries are so functional that you can enter into relationships with more openness, trusting that your boundary will naturally assert when necessary, giving you the connection to yourself that you need when you need it, without having to withdraw from relationship entirely. It's time to trust your own boundaries and practice letting them help you whilst actively engaging in deeper relationship. You'll have fun. And then there's a little poem. Loneliness is like a ship in full sail with no wind and no place to go. So that's a really beautiful roundup of what I was picking up. Yeah, something is going to come out that is a little bit of an annoyance, a little bit of a bump. It's going to make you feel a certain type of way where you might think, ugh, well, that was rubbish. But it's not the end of the world, actually. This is something you can move on and you can move past. And this is something that you will come to realise. You will come to realise through this energy that though your suspicions about something may have been true, though you're disappointed, with keeping your boundaries in place and keeping your heart open, you can move forward into the next stage with this situation or person. All right, thanks so much. Bye.